in the Umuda, Isingwu community in Abia State is situated a house in constant fight with erosion. Sadly, to the consternation of all, this gully, occasioned by the erosion, is visibly winning the battle as it has eaten so deep into the house that the building foundation is the only thing holding the house from total collapse. Residents and visitors feared for the occupants of the house, Mrs. Rebecca Okengu. For residents, it was only a matter of time before she lost this building, left for her by her husband before his demise.
Some 20 years ago, my brother-in-law did a lot of work, planted melina trees, did some partitions to hold the erosion. And along the line, my husband put in a lot of money. But it was, by that time it was a lot of money because it was about 700,000 naira at that time, which was, we thought it was too much money. We hired an engineer who came and brought big stones, block work and cement and something to stop the erosion, and we thought it was all over. Not long after, we saw that it wasn't what we could manage ourselves. The foundation was bare, was showing. We were not sleeping here. So every night, myself and the people I live with, we packed over to this place.
But Governor Okezie Ikpeazu has other plans. New map stands for Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project. The project development objective is to reduce vulnerability to soil erosion in targeted subcatchments.
The new map is an acronym. It stands for Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project. Saddled with the responsibility of handling gully erosion in any area that is targeted and mapped out. It is state-owned, it is state-led, but it has funding support from the World Bank. So our business is actually working on land degradation in the form of erosion and maybe flooding.
Although New Map has been in existence since 2013, it couldn't implement any of its mapped out projects. But that changed in 2015 when Governor Ikpeazu came into office. He promptly released the Abia State counterpart funding of the project. Today, on Rebuilder 365, a program that x-rays Governor Ikpeazu's achievements, one project a day, we will be visiting one of the project community in Abia State, Umuda, Isingwu, in Umuahia North local government area, Abia State. Umuda, Isingwu, a community in Umuahia, was cut off from the neighboring communities and buildings swept off as a result of gully erosion, but Governor Okezie Ikpeazu came to their rescue.
That site is at Umuagu Ibeku in Umuahia North local government area and stretches through Umuda Isingwu and Amafo Isingwu, both of them in Umuahia North. And that was a gully that developed at the back of the Umuagu Primary School and was threatening the use of that facility for educational purposes, and the kids were actually at risk. A lot of vulnerable people that were at risk. Again, Governor Okezie has intervened, and that gully was totally remediated. Beautiful construction, slope stabilization, planting of grasses, construction of energy dissipating structures, and then within Umuagu community, a total of about 2.6 kilometers of internal roads were constructed. And then the road that leads from Umuda Isingwu to Osa Ibeku, which is a length of 3.2 kilometers, was equally constructed with a bridge across the only river that traverses that community. And of course, those things were also loaded with a lot of bioremediation and other soft constructions that will make the land heal perfectly.
Rebecca Okengwu was a victim of that erosion.
In Umuda Isingwu, there was this particular building. It belonged to a certain man who was late, as at the time we were intervening. He was a civil servant, and that story building was the only thing he left for his widow. That widow was living in